If you are in the mood for baked, creamy, cheesy gnocchi goodness, you have come to the right place because today we are going to make the most epic baked 3-cheese tomato gnocchi, and it is simply spectacular, my friends. And the best thing about it is that it only takes a few ingredients. We're kind of cheating because we're not making gnocchi from scratch, but actually some of the stuff you can buy in the store these days is really good quality, and that's exactly what we're using right now. So big pot of boiling water, make sure you've added some salt in there, and this goes straight into the pot here. The brilliant thing about this gnocchi is just how quick it cooks. As soon as it starts to bubble away, those little gnocchi dumplings will start rising to the top of the boiling water, and that's the way that you know that they're done. They're gorgeous little potato dumplings, essentially. Now, we need to talk about the tomato sauce that's going to be wrapped around these gorgeous gnocchi. So into a pan, we're adding a tablespoon or so of olive oil. To that cold pan that's slightly coming up to temperature, we're going to add in a few cloves of garlic, which are finely sliced. Now, the trick here really is to flavor the oil. I'm actually going to add a tiny bit more. We're actually going to take out those little slivers of garlic. And the great thing about this little process is that it only takes a minute or so till that garlic starts to take a little bit of color. And at this point now, I like to add a tiny touch of chili flakes. If you add them a little bit earlier than that, they have a tendency to burn and you're going to get a bitter taste to your oil. So just add the chili flakes for a bit of spice. And once it is fried off for about a minute or so, we're going to scoop it out and get rid of it. Okay, this is where we want to be. We've got nice golden brown color on the garlic, and at this point, all you got to do is take up one of these little slotted spoons and scoop out that garlic. You want to drain off as much oil as possible so you save all that flavor in there. And now that we have this really gorgeous chili and garlic oil, we're going to get in there with our tomato sauce. I'm using some passata. I'm kind of cheating here. Normally, if you're going to make a big tomato sauce, I would add some tinned chopped tomatoes. But passata is a really great way to getting a quick tomato sauce. So straight into our pan. It will sizzle, but don't mind that. And all you want to do is bring this up to temperature with a little bit of cream through it. So make sure you stir through that oil, which is going to give all the flavor to the tomato sauce. And once it is nicely incorporated, and while it's still cool like this, I'm adding a touch of cream in here because this is a really rich and indulgent and delicious dish. Give that a good stir through, and all you're looking for is this tomato sauce just to reduce down ever so slightly. Pasta sauce is cooking away. You just want to bring it to a nice steady simmer. As you can see, check out these gnocchi because they've come to the surface, and that is a surefire way to know that they're done. So straight off the heat with them, and we're going to drain them off. Right, my gnocchi is good to go. It's all drained off. Tomato sauce is looking good. So at this point, just to add a little bit of greenery in there, we're going in there with a good handful of spinach. The great thing about spinach is just how quickly it cooks through when you add it to a dish like this. And so it's an instant cooking green. Yeah, that works. As soon as it's wilted, it is good to go. And now we're gonna add in that cooked gnocchi straight into that sauce. Oh, last little one. Whoop. Okay. Give it a mix through that tomato sauce, and we just need to add a tiny touch of salt and a little bit of basil in there as well for a great herby flavor. Now normally when you're cooking with basil or you're adding it to a dish, you would do it at the end of the cooking time, but I think just adding it into the sauce really amplifies that sort of Italian flavor going on in there. Last little touch of sea salt. And now the magic. I mean, you could eat this just as it is right now, but we did mention 3 cheese and we did mention a baked dish, so we need to go in there. So transfer this out into a little lined dish just like this one. We're gonna carefully get it in there without me making a complete mess of the kitchen. Now, to finish this off, we have 3 cheeses. I have ricotta, I have a little bit of blue cheese, and I have some Parmesan cheese. Now, Italians look away because I'm sure this is not the way your mama did it, but this is the way that I do it, and it really gives a richness to this dish that is absolutely spectacular. So, firstly, dot in that ricotta cheese, and you just want to go for nice little dollops of it. Ricotta has this really intense creaminess, whereas blue cheese has this sort of intense salty hit, and Parmesan is that more of a rounded salty hit. So between the 3 of them, as you dive down into this dish, you are going to get a taste sensation. If you are melting Parmesan cheese like this, just take up some water, and when you have a nice coating of Parmesan cheese, just sprinkle with a little bit of water, and it'll help to create a little steam that will essentially give you lovely melted Parmesan cheese. It's a tip I picked up when I was cooking in Italy. So once you've given it a nice little water bath, it's time to go into the oven. It's going to cook off at 200 degrees Celsius, that is 400 degrees Fahrenheit, for about 15 minutes until a little bit bubbly. This is it out of the oven. Bubbling, gorgeous tomato sauce. That cheese has melted down into one beautiful amalgamation of 3 gorgeous cheeses. This is what it's all about. And the great thing about this dish is just how quick it is to prepare. We've got steaming gnocchi, that gorgeous spinach, and that creamy cheese on top. You're gonna get a bit of that gnocchi and make sure you get some of that cheese. I'm a little bit nervous. See, the problem is when I taste things that are hot like this, you all give out to me in the comments box below. So I know that I need to give myself time, blow on it. It's nearly there. Too hot. Wow. Do you know what? That is serious comfort food. What's really interesting in there is that you have those combination of cheeses. The blue cheese just gives this rounded saltiness. You get that creaminess from the ricotta, and what I'm really loving is that taste you got from the garlic and chili oil that we made up at the start. The gnocchi is just soft and dumpling-like, and really this is proper comfort food. If you want the recipe for this delicious little dish, you'll get it in the box below over on my website. Hit that subscribe button so that you get lots more recipes just like this one. Leave us a comment in the box below if you have a great gnocchi recipe you'd like to share with us. And of course, check out all of our delicious Italian-inspired pasta and gnocchi recipes right here on this YouTube channel. And until then, enjoy this beautiful dish, and I'll see you soon. Or if you have an oven-proof frying pan just like this one, this isn't one. We've given it a little bit of a water in 15 minutes at 200 degrees Celsius. That's 300 and 450 degrees.